What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully, y'all saw my last video. I'm going to be talking about the NBA and MLB today. And somebody that I spoke about in my last video actually signed with a NBA team today. So let's get into it. Hit that like and subscribe button for me. Hands Down Sports would love to be doing his podcast on a cruise ship. Doesn't matter what brand. Make my dream come true, my J. Appreciate y'all. Let's get it. Well, first things first. I would like to say that Nate Robinson, former NBA Knick player and journeyman, great basketball player in college and everything. Read a little comment on ESPN today that Nate Robinson has successfully had a kidney transplant. He was waiting for one for a while and finally got it, so I'm very happy for him and his family that he's still with us, and he's probably recovering as we speak. So Nate Robinson, my guy, I'm glad that you got what you needed, because everyone's health is the number one thing. To continue in the NBA, when you're losing, all the frustration and all the anger, it happens, man. The 76ers had a little clash with two of their, starters on their team on last night's game. Apparently, when I seen the replay, Embiid tried to block somebody's shot, and then Oubre Jr. was behind them, but he didn't really attempt to do anything, just let the guy score, and they got into a heated conversation when they went into timeout right after that play. Now, it kind of looked like Embiid was telling him you didn't even try or attempt to, block his shot or whatever, or make it more difficult for him. And Oubre was yelling back at him something. Kind of looked like it got resolved right at the end, because it looked like they, gave each other a hug and said, let's go on to the next play or whatever. But when your team is losing, these are the type of things that happen, man. Right now in the East, it's top 10. Cavs, Celtics, Knicks, Pacers, Bucks, the Pistons, the Heat, the Magic, the Hawks, and Chi-Town's Bulls. So those are the top 10 right now. I mean, really nice to see Detroit in this top 10 mix. That was pretty cool to see. For the West, we have OKC, which is... that's the toughest team right now, man. Then we got Grizzlies, Nuggets, Rockets, Lakers, Timberwolves, the Clippers, Mavericks, Suns, and Sacramento Kings over there. The purple and black. Good to see that Sacramento's in the top 10, That's pretty awesome. Those are the teams that are, right now doing really good. Going into the All-Star break is around the corner now. It's February, and we'll see how this all plays out. The big news, of course, is the trades and the signings at the moment. Jimmy Butler finally is traded away from the Miami Heat. He is now going to be playing for the Golden State Warriors. As you can see, I didn't even mention them in my top 10 because they're not there yet. But hopefully Jimmy Butler can, provide his services. What they call him? Playoff Jimmy or something like that. I forget what his nickname is. But apparently Andrew Wiggins, Dennis Schroeder, Kyle Anderson, and a projected first-round pick are going to go to Miami. And at the same time, Jimmy Butler had declined a $52 million player option for the next season. I guess that was with the Heat, and he's signing $111 million 2-year extension with the Golden State Warriors, about 55.5 mil a year. Now I don't think he's worth 55 million per year, but hey man, what he's done in the playoffs speaks volumes. So that's where that type of contract comes from, man. And he's not a really bad player. He's really good. He's gonna be that third guy that they need over there in Golden State, and he's probably gonna help them reach the playoffs and make a move. We'll see how that goes for Golden State. The other thing that I was going to say, oh yeah, actually, this is kind of weird. I was reading and skimming through that trade and some of the videos and things on ESPN. So allegedly, I'm not sure how this works, but Dennis Schroeder is going to go to the Jazz, to Utah. PJ Tucker was playing for Utah, and he's going to go to Miami again because he used to play for them. Lindy Walker III is going to go to the Pistons in this trade, and Josh Richardson is going to go to the Pistons as well. So I don't know how that works out, but it's kind of weird. I thought the Heat were going to get Dennis Schroeder. So I don't know. Utah, man, in the last few weeks, I mean, they haven't been getting players, but they're looking to the future. So watch out for the Jazz, man. In the next 2-3 years, they might have, 3 or 4 number 1 picks up in there doing their thing. I don't know. I'm interested in seeing how they turn out and what their team looks like, because right now they're bottom feeders, man. Not a good look. And of course, the last thing I'm going to mention here for my NBA commentary, I was just praising and dissing this ball player because 6'10" with handle, point guard skills, and he's not posting nobody up. He can't shoot the 3. I mean, he can do mid-range, man. That's all day, man. But Ben Simmons, who was basically signing to get out of the Brooklyn Nets and become a free agent, was eyeing, ESPN sources were saying that he was eyeing the Cavs and the Clippers. Now they're both playoff contention teams. The Cavs are doing way better, and Ben Simmons is on that last final year of his 5-year max contract that he has signed with the Philadelphia 76ers. So an hour later goes by, and now the Clippers seem to be the one to sign Ben Simmons. Now I'm happy for the guy because he's still, he has a job, you know what I mean? It's not a job. He's an athlete where he's going to be on a team. And, the Clippers, I mean, they're never going to win no chip, babe. As long as the LA Lakers are in town, the Clippers will never, in my lifetime, win a championship. If they do, man, I would record. Well, I can't record the games, but I would be ecstatic for that franchise because to me, in my eyes, I'm like, my G. It's almost like being the Mets, but the Mets have made the World Series and stuff like that. Unfortunately, they have lost. But the Clippers, when the last time they made it to the NBA Finals? You tell me, because I don't remember. I don't think they've ever made it to the NBA Finals. They might be one of those teams that have never seen the Finals. So if I was the Clippers, I'll pack up my bags and move somewhere else. You know what I mean? That's a LA Lakers city, man. Forget it, babe. They're not letting you win a goddamn thing. Yeah, you can have Kawhi. You can have all these guys. Superstars. Make it to the playoffs. Yeah, great. You're in the top 10 right now this year in 2025 season, but you ain't passing them, especially that Luka's going to be there nowadays. But you let me know, man. All-Star games coming up pretty soon. Slam dunk competition is not the same as it used to be. Kind of wanting to see if Lillard can go for his 3rd straight, 3-point competition, championship. That would be pretty cool to see. That dude, he got an amazing shot, and he's going to be there. But you know, all-star game, not too much defense. They scoring 200 apiece. Kind of, not don't get hurt. You know what I mean? But that's all I gotta say right now. The deadline is over. The trading deadline is over for the NBA, and my New York Knicks. Not my team, but I mean it's my favorite team that I cheer for. I have nothing to do with how much income they make. I'm not a investor on the for this franchise, but the New York Knicks did not make any moves. They didn't get rid of anybody. They didn't acquire anyone. So this is a team, man. Please stay healthy, guys, because I want to see it, man. I want to see that parade. I want to be there. I'll be crying, dogs. I'm gonna be crying when the Knicks win. You know what I mean? Now on to my next segment, the MLB. Well, in the MLB, at least for today, some players are being signed by some teams. Really great potential Hall of Fame pitcher is now in a new squad, and he's looking to win his third World Series. But we'll start with what's first. Pete Alonso, New York Mets. They only agreed to a 2-year, $54 million deal. Now, I think it's pretty good because of what they could possibly accomplish this season. And, they have a mountain to climb because the Dodgers are the defending champions and they just been loading up. The Padres are mad nice. Philly is going to be a headache. Atlanta's always solid. Arizona, who was in the World Series like a couple of years ago, they signed a starting pitcher. So, the Mets, they're not favored, but, they have a good chance, man. I mean, I know they got Soto and stuff, and he's going to do what he did for the Yankees, man. He was that one guy that got him over the hump, and they made it to the World Series. But then, instead of the Yankees spending all that dough like the Mets did, they took that amount and got a lot of good pieces together to improve their ball club. And it looks good. Now, Max Scherzer, who just signed with the Toronto Blue Jays. Let me switch up the hat real quick. Viejito loco. Yeah. My Blue Jays, baby. It looks good on paper, but they're not a World Series squad, man. Max Scherzer, he's being positive. He's bringing that, his style of play in there. He's going to be talking to them pitchers. He's going to try to improve that whole, clubhouse. And I think he can do it. He's that type of guy that has that type of reputation and respect, among MLB players. But dogs, no matter how much I like this team, they got, Guerrero, one of my favorite players out there representing not just the Dominican Republic, but his family legacy, because his dad is a Hall of Famer who was an amazing ball player. And he's on the same track, you know what I mean, as his dad. I'm just looking at it like, I don't know, man. At least in the East, the Yankees and Baltimore are better than the Blue Jays. And Boston, you know how Boston is, man. They don't got no quit in them. And I mean the AL as a whole. I mean Cleveland is still going to be really good. Milwaukee's in the National League. I'm sorry, but that's what I'm saying, man. It's just I like what he's saying. It's like, winning cures everything. The 76ers would be a perfect example. It's like, y'all losing, everybody's angry at each other, man. You didn't dribble the ball with the left hand. Now, you win, all those problems, they go away because you're winning. And that's true. That's how it is for all sports. But, I'm happy for Pete Alonso. But, 2 years, $54 million. I know he wanted way more than that. I know he wanted to be a Met for a much longer period of time. And then, of course, what I wanted to mention, one of my favorite players on the low, Jason Hayward. He agreed to a 1-year deal with the Padres. ESPN sources. And then the Padres are closing on a deal on outfielder / first baseman Connor Joe. He's a gentleman that was playing for the Pirates. He's been on different teams, but he's going to fill a void because, he's like a utility guy. He can play first, second, third, and he can play the outfield. So not like it's a huge bat or anything like that, but he's solid. He's good, and he's about to get a little bit of paper over there with the Padres. I mean, I would be ecstatic. I mean, the Pirates didn't really make that jump. They look interesting with what's this guy, De La Cruz? Forget his name. At shortstop, just like the Cincinnati Reds, they got a De La Cruz at shortstop. But those teams are struggling. They're under 500. But we'll see. I mean, the Padres can make some moves, man. They got to go against their nemesis, the Dodgers. But that's basically what's going on today. I wanted to give a shout out to these guys right here, Bat Boys. They straight Dominican now, and I love their videos. I want y'all to go over there and check them out and support their channel, because it's official, babe. Like how they represent themselves, their Spanish that they speak is way better than mine. I mean, my Latino card has been, or Hispanic card, whatever you guys want to call it, because I don't give a damn. My card has been revoked, so I'm not really part of the Latino family. But I just happen to be Dominican. I just happen to love baseball too, just like them. They're interviewing ball players in English and Spanish, and man, my salute to y'all dogs. Y'all doing it big, man. I love it. One of their videos, they went and visited like the Dominican baseball field that they were playing like an all-star game, or just like no, it wasn't an all-star game. It was like they were raising money for something, and it was like a softball kind of game and stuff. Guerrero was there. There was a bunch of MLB players there, man. They got to play too, and they got to run around the bases, and play, and that was awesome, man. Hope they continue to do their thing. Bad Boys. It's fun, man, watching them guys, man. It's official. But hands down sports here. And like always, man, estamos aquí. Peace.